Hopefully you're having a wonderful day here at the first in-person digital summit here in Detroit. One quick announcement, the next session after this is the final session. There's only one alteration on the schedule. You can find that at digitalsummit.com/Detroit. It's in stage 2. That session that wasn't there is now going to be a session that I do, which is going to be really fun. If you have any interest in adding comedy or humor to any of your content marketing, anything like that, it's a lot of fun, especially a great way to end a long day of information and content. That's in stage 2, the next session. That's the only difference on the schedule for the remainder of the day. But with that being said, let's bring up our next presenter. What do you think? We only got 2 left. Let's make some noise. Let's get some noise going in here. Let's get the blood flowing in here and help me welcome to the stage. Everybody, please help me welcome right now. Come on, make some noise for Desiree Martinez. Come on, let her hear you.
Hi. I just have to say, people, I am so excited that I get to be in front of human beings again. I've been staring at a screen and Zoom calls and my family for like 18 months. Anyone else over it? Yes, okay. I'm super excited to be here. You're actually witnessing Michigan's newest Michigander. We are signing our home on Friday. I'm so excited that I get to launch my time in Michigan with all of you. I'm so excited to be here. So we're talking about scroll-stopping content today. Now, I am a YouTuber, a podcaster, a woman that does a lot of things. But this is actually what really drives me. So I have an agency called All-in-One Social Media, where we put military spouses to work as social media managers anywhere that they're stationed around the world while helping small businesses build an online presence that actually converts business for them. I've been doing this for 6 years, and as a military spouse myself, there's just a really big need for something like this. Even in 2021, there's still so many companies that don't or aren't able to hire military spouses because they move, they leave, the mission always comes first. And so that is what led me to diving into video. Me, like most military spouses, we got that surprise visit from our husbands and they said, hey, we're moving to South Korea. And I was like, well, how am I gonna keep doing this thing if I'm on the other side of the world where they don't speak English as our default language? So I started my YouTube channel back in 2017 with the mission to use YouTube to get leads for my agency by educating people about how social media works so that they can apply it for their businesses. And since then, I've had over 2 million views on that YouTube channel, over 26,000 subscribers, and is my #1 lead source for my business. All right, I have a whole book if you're interested in checking out. I talk about my journey as a female entrepreneur, going through this crazy thing that we call social that I have been doing since 2009. Back when people would come up to me and say, hey, Desiree, what's this Facebook thing? Right, could you imagine? I would literally look people in the face and be like, no one's gonna pay me to be on Facebook. And obviously we all hear words every day from this. All right, now I go over a lot. I talk really fast. There are a lot of different things I go over. So I wanna make sure that you walk away with this presentation and all of the information that is in it. So if you go to this website here, I will email you my presentation. Get delivered to you probably while we're speaking. So take a picture of this now. If you want to grab it, it's just mrsdesiraerose.com digital summit. Cool? Are we ready? All right, now I will warn you. I talk fast and I use GIFs in my presentations because I think that we all sometimes need a little bit of laughter and fun along the way. Okay? So let's talk about the benefits of social video. We're going to be building relatability and trust, and we're going to prove our expertise to people because there's no one better to talk about what you guys talk about than you or the people that you support. It's going to make a very, very happy algorithm. All of us know that no one should be posting links up on social media, but instead doing video of some kind. It's going to keep working for you as well, especially if you apply the strategies that we're going to be going over today. And it's the pillar of your marketing. And of course, my favorite, you can write off your video commitment. Who wants a new phone? iPhone's coming out soon, right? We can write it off for creating videos with it. Full disclosure, I am not a CPA, and I'm pretty sure she'd hit me if I said that, but you never know. So we're going to talk about 2 different kinds of social video today. We have long-form videos, and we have short-form videos. Okay, so first let's talk about long-form because it's my favorite. All right, so long-form videos are videos longer than 60 seconds. I know it's kind of weird to think of in a world where long is more than 60 seconds, but that's where we are. We're also going to think about it as being search-based. What's something that people are searching for? How are they finding my content? It's going to be explanatory and educational, or an entertaining story, something like a vlog, a testimonial, taking our customers on a journey. Best places for us to post our long form video is going to be YouTube, Facebook, live streams, Instagram TV, and LinkedIn. I feel like I should add asterisks here. You cannot make videos that are longer than 10 minutes that go on LinkedIn, but you guys shouldn't be making long form videos that are longer than 10 minutes anyway. 2 to 10 minutes is the sweet spot. So short form videos, these are going to be really quick sound bites. They're going to be things that are trending that you can tie into your business. They're generally vertical because the majority of short form video is consumed on mobile. They're going to be quick. You can always go over how-tos and fun and piece of information, and of course, tease to something more as well, getting our audience to do something for us. Short form video content can go up in all of the following places: YouTube Shorts, Facebook, Instagram Reels, feed video, stories. Quite literally every social network now has stories. However, LinkedIn, I think, is going to get rid of them. Maybe not get rid of them. Either way, if it's available, you should be posting your short form video content in LinkedIn stories. TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, and Snapchat. You want to keep your short form videos between 15 to 60 seconds. I encourage you to do at least 15-second videos. But I know that a lot of us think, well, if it's short, it can do it, or maybe you're turning a GIF into a video to trick the algorithm. Make sure you're doing it right with 15 to 16-second video. Okay, so which is better? Right, how many of you guys think long form video is better? How many of you guys think short form video is better? How many of you are ready for dinner? Honestly, there's no competition. They're so unimaginably different. All right, like long form video is search based and it's longer and explanatory. You guys know what I'm saying. Or short form videos, which are quick and to the point and engaging and relevant right now and are going to work for you. Okay, so you can't really compare the two. All that matters when it comes to video of any kind is that you show up, you give value, and you be yourself. And for all the marketers in the room, make your viewer do something. All right, so this is what we're going to focus on today. All right, so who is ready to get started? Can I get a go blue? Yeah, you guys know where I'm cheering for this weekend, right? Okay, seriously, I'm so excited. I'm taking my husband to the big house for the first time. He's a total nerd who doesn't sport. And I'm like, I don't think you understand what's about to happen to you. Anyway, so here's how we get started with the video. We have 3 main things. We research, we create, and we test. So let's dive into each one of these. So first we talk about researching things. We're gonna talk about we're gonna look at what kinds of videos do we wanna make. What's our messaging gonna look like? What are some of the main platforms we're gonna stick to? Because you wanna create for one specifically and then repurpose into other places. And of course, establish our goal. Okay, so what are we thinking about when we're researching for video? What are the types of videos that we should be making? Right, we got a whole list here. We have tutorials and how-tos. We have product demos. We have statements. We have announcement videos we can create, interviews and the Q&As, behind the scenes, offers and deals, and storytelling. I got some really great examples. Again, if you get the presentation, you'll see these, or you can take a picture. These are some really great examples that you can look at if you're looking to research. I really love TikTok trends for finding things that are happening right now. TikTok trends almost always roll over into YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. I love skits that you see from the guy in the middle. He does these really hilarious videos that are like Gen Z versus millennials versus Gen Xers that crack me up. For storytelling, you can follow Gregisms, where he does these really fun journeys through stores and shopping and experiences that are really fun. I love announcements. Big Day Social, they're like a wedding brand. They do a really fun job with announcements and things that are happening and keeping it fun with weddings. Home Depot does great behind the scenes, how they make things, and then give you like, go check this link out to learn how you can do this in your home too. And then my girl Meredith Marsh does statement pieces. So you take a trending topic, but apply it to your business with statements and text on screen. Of course, I wouldn't be the marketer I am if I didn't talk about how my channel is fantastic for how-tos and tutorials. And one of my favorites for interviews and Q&As are my friends over at vidIQ, which is a really great app for helping make your YouTube channel perform better. Let's talk about messaging. We've talked about research. You guys feel confident in whatever platform you're going to create as your main one. Now we're going to talk about messaging. What messaging goes into your video? What messaging goes onto your video? Right? How long does this video need to be? What hashtags am I going to be using in my messaging? And what do I want my viewer to do? Right, this is really important. And I want you guys to remove the go buy my stuff thing from your messaging. That's not something we're really focusing on. We want to make our viewers do something pretty specific. Okay, so here again, some great examples. Hard to read on the big screen, I understand, but what I want you to understand is that we start off with a reel. We have the call to action of what we want people to do to keep them watching. Because remember, when it comes to Instagram Reels and TikTok, when they're reading your messaging, they're consuming that content longer. It keeps playing, right? So you're spending more time on the video, which tells Instagram and Reels and TikTok, all that, like, hey, this person likes them. But keep showing them to them. So we want to keep people watching by reading your messaging. And as you can see in the message, what she's telling people to do is to go download her, I think it's like a kit for basically making her Reels. Another really great one that I love is just this simple trending short reel clip where you're talking about the simple text on the screen, and then in the messaging, she has the engagement call to action. She's telling everyone to do something down in the comments below. As an example of a YouTube channel, this is mine where I talk about what I do within my messaging. I have my SEO messaging. I have affiliate links to do things. I have my opt-ins. I have more opt-ins. I have places for subscribing. One of the reasons I love YouTube is because the video does so much for me. Not only is it relevant for a week, a month, 3 months, a year, however long I need it to work, or however long it's relevant to my topic, but I also can do a lot with the messaging. I can tell people, go down to the description and do all of these things. And because of this, I've grown my email list over 15,000 people. All right. Let's talk about repurposing. So we're solid with our messaging now. We know what we're going to say. We know what we're going to make people do. Now we want to maybe sprinkle the love to the other platforms that we want to create on by repurposing our content. What else can you do with it? Could you make it into a blog post? Can you post it on other social networks? Can you turn maybe a long-form piece of content into micro pieces of content where you take maybe a small segment from that long-form content and repurpose it into short-form content for other social media? When we're posting our content, if there's not a reason for it, what are you doing it for? You're doing it because, like, oh, the algorithm says I need to show up every day. My boss says I gotta post every day on social media. Like, what's the point, right? If you don't have a purpose for why you're posting something, you're literally wasting your time and probably actually hurting yourself with all the individual algorithms. So it's important to have a goal for every post you're doing, and this goal shouldn't be go buy my stuff. We're not doing that, right? We want people to engage with us. We want them to go somewhere, like onto our email list, or to go to our website to learn more about what we have to offer. We want them to get onto our list. We want them to remember you how, right? Social media is just not a platform to post and get people to do something like buy from you. Social media is about relationship building, and that is included in our video content. It's the best way to relate and connect to our customers. So now that we've researched, we know what we're doing with our videos. Now we're going to talk about creating our videos. This is my favorite part because I am an artist at heart. So we're going to make our opt-in and our landing page. We're going to actually make those videos. We're going to take supporting content, and then we're going to schedule out our content. So what should your opt-in be? Right, this is really important. I really truly believe that it should be information just too good to be free. Right? But too good to be free offer, my content planning worksheet, my checklist for how to accomplish ABC, my free guide to all of the answers of the universe. Whatever it is that you guys are doing, make something that's really value-packed that you can give to people for free in exchange for their email. I like using stuff for a combination too. I create two kinds of content, universal content, right? Something no matter what I'm talking about, I can tell people to go to it and get it from me for my content. Or I can make content or an opt-in that's specific. So for example, what I have here are examples of my generic, and then I have my specific. So if you go to my YouTube channel and I'm the one that's talking on it, I will tell you something like, hey, no matter what you're doing in social media or on Facebook or with LinkedIn, you need to have a content plan. So you're going to want to go grab my free content planning worksheet that I have here in the description below. It takes them to the fix which you're going to figure out what to post. Or if I'm doing something specific, like, all right, I have a list of 50 videos every business owner needs to make. Go get that in the link down below if I'm talking about video and business. Or I have a series I do on my YouTube channel that talks about how to create 100 pieces of content a day, like Gary Vee does. I break it down for you how to do it with this easy to use spreadsheet. Go grab it. Okay, so we have stuff we can use all the time, and then we have stuff that's very specific. Create both. And we get to make videos. We get to do our hair, put on our shapewear, because I know not a lot of us do that. I'm wearing shapewear, it's very weird. I haven't done this in a while. You want to definitely batch your content out. If you're gonna put the work into putting together a video, looking presentable, doing your hair, doing your makeup, brushing your teeth, putting on deodorant, all of the things that we do to be around other human beings, and also be on the internet, might as well get the most out of it, all right? And also, I might add, if you do it, go on a date that night, okay? Because you're gonna want to get a lot out of this. You better believe it's happening when I go home, because no one's seen you makeup for like a month. So batch out your content. What are some tips what you can do to make your videos better? Okay, I want you to remember, people can forgive not seeing you that great, but if they can't hear you, they're probably gonna bounce. All right, so make sure that your audio is as clear as possible, followed by making sure that they can see your face, or whatever the subject matter is in your video. You wanna make sure you use the gear that you have, no matter what YouTubers will say to you, no matter what you think. You do not need a full 3-point lighting studio situation to create a reel or video. My whole first year on YouTube, I used a window and a webcam. It is the same webcam I still use to this day. Right? We all have smartphones in our pockets that have like 4K video or something similar. You can use that to create video. Use what you have. Don't let the tech or the gear stop you. This is a tip, especially if you're doing stuff with like Reels and TikTok. Download your edited version as backups. So many of you guys don't know this, but if you can create a Reel, you can save it into your Instagram drafts, but they bug me. I can't tell you how many of my peers have been like, I did a whole day of batching. I had like 25, 50 videos. Instagram removed them all because they're evil and have problems. I don't know, it sucks. So make sure you download it so you have it to save just in case. Also, you don't need to be fancy, okay? The majority of the time, if you see me on the internet, unless I'm in a situation like this where I've done my hair, you're probably seeing a very manicured version of myself, where like the back of my hair is probably really messy and I'm wearing dirty pajama pants, all right? You don't have to be fancy. You have to show up and give value and be yourself and make your audience do something, okay? And remember, it's supposed to be raw. How many of you guys like don't trust stock photos? How many of you guys scroll your feed and you're like, yeah, that's stock. I ain't doing that anymore, right? It's one of those things. It's supposed to be raw. It's supposed to be flawed. It's supposed to be real. Because if we know, us jaded marketers, you better believe that probably our customers are pretty similar states. And then playing it out. I mean, as much as I love being whimsical and fun and trendy, you still need to have a plan for what you're going to be posting and why. Also make sure that it links up with whatever you're doing, even if it's within like a week span of time. And remember, you are going to suck, and then you're going to get better, I promise. My first video on YouTube, I highly encourage all of you to go watch it. I'm wearing a tank top, you can see my bra. I'm sweating profusely because I'm in Korea and there's no air conditioning. I have on way too much makeup. I have my webcam on my computer and I'm at a desk, and as you guys have seen my time together, I'm one of these people, right? And I'm hitting the desk and the camera's shaking. It's a hot mess, y'all, but I did it. I showed up, and I got a lot better from that, and I learned from my mistakes. Right? So just know that it's going to be bad. It is going to get better. It is your, is your right. It is your induction, is your orientation. You have to create sucky videos to get started, all right? Because it can only get better from there. I love sharing Paul Peck, the drywall guy. I want you guys to think about how much fun is drywall. Right? Like, oh, it's so sexy. I love drywall and its whiteness and its dryness and its complications, and I have to have it in my houseness. This guy literally has a YouTube channel with over 100,000 subscribers, millions and millions of views about drywall. All right? If he can do it, so can you. All right? I promise He's just like wearing a GoPro and just you're following along while he's doing different drywall projects. Like, come on guys, if they can do it, you can do it. I hear some really good examples of different people I love with what they're doing on social media with short form content. Emily D. Baker used to be a attorney in LA. She since moved to Nashville, and her whole YouTube channel is about breaking down the legal cases of trending things. So obviously, like the Britney Spears stuff that's been going on, super popular on her channel right now. And she does these really quick little videos that she's like, Britney Spears is in trouble, and I have thoughts, right? That's like her whole thing, that I have thoughts. And she does it. She's with this amazing community talking about the law. Right? Kenzen, she does financial advice. She's helping Black business owners in the community with knowing how they can earn more money so that they're able to build generational wealth and get out of their own situations. It's fantastic content. She's just sitting there, being her cute self, giving great information in front of like a plant, right, with the phone. Next is Pacific Capital. I really like Pacific Capital because they are a financial lending education institution, and they just like go up to their agents and like, we're doing this real, and they put it up and they do it. Right? It's really just about showing up and being present and knowing that it doesn't matter how fancy, boring, or basic you might think you are, you need to be here creating this short form content, okay? So let's talk about creating supporting content, right? So we've decided what we're making, we've made those videos, we've had a good time, and now we need to support that video. Right? We need to make sure that this video has every chance for success possible. So I want you to take a selfie or two while you're creating that video. I want you to create a promotional image. I want you to do a clip, a blog, behind the scenes, a cover image, a thumbnail, a teaser graphic. In fact, I have a whole map to tell you what to do. Making this really easy, guys, I promise. If you don't walk out of here making videos, I have failed you, and you need to tell me why. All right, so we're gonna start with video at the very top, our main source. We're gonna make it for YouTube. We're gonna put it in social media, uploading it natively, promotional links. We're gonna make graphics. We're gonna do vertical videos to support it. We're gonna create other social videos. We're gonna blog and email it, put it up on Pinterest. All right, who would have thought your one video could do so much? In fact, I have a whole program in place that I'll talk about at the end, where you can take one long form video and make 61 pieces of content over the course of 1 month. All right, it's important that you show up, you give value, you be yourself, and you make your customers do something. And they're not gonna see it the first time all the time. So give them a chance to see it. So let's walk through every piece. So first things first, make a video. Duh, that's what we're here for. Okay, we talk about this. Next, we're gonna take that video, make it into a blog post, embed that YouTube video into our blog. And of course, share it with our email list. And if you were in the last session, send to those unopened so that they can see it too. We're gonna create Pinterest pins. We're gonna make at least 2. One that goes to our YouTube video and one that goes to our blog. They should be separate, and they should have the nice Pinterest trend look. If you spend any time on any platform, you know that some looks trend. You wanna make sure that your Pinterest pins match those. Take some selfies, a video and a pic while you're doing it. I like, again, my hair, my makeup's all done. I might as well batch out some more extra content. So I'm usually doing some reels, take a couple of pictures while I look presentable, and I use those for future social planning. I go into Canva next, and I'm gonna be creating promo images and graphics that I can use for social sharing. Not only images, but like quotes of myself from my videos. I'm gonna create teaser GIFs and videos to get people interested in what I have. Again, different kinds of content around the same piece of content. And I'm gonna schedule it out. Now, if anyone in here is on the hunt for a good social management tool, or if you're using one that is not Sendable, go use Sendable. Sendable is the best social media management tool you will ever see ever. I have been using it for 12 years. I've tried all the other ones. I always come back to this because of this window right here, where I can see everything that's scheduled, where it's going, it's color-coded. I can use it with my teams, I can collaborate. It's fantastic. Okay, so schedule all of my content so that I know I've created it, it has its purpose, and I'm making sure it goes forth into the world to do what it needs to do. So next we have to do everyone's least favorite thing in the world, which is testing. And the reason I know it's everyone's least favorite thing because it's also my least favorite thing. I put all this time, energy, money, resources, all of the things into making these videos. I just have to hope that they work, right? And my buddy Daryl Lee says, you're just a couple tweaks away from going viral. You could have made a fantastic video and just posted it at the wrong time. You could have made a fantastic social graphic, posted at the wrong time, had the wrong message, had the wrong cover. There could have been some weird holiday you didn't know about. Okay, there's all these different things that go on. So you have to test, you have to try out different kinds of content and messaging on the same platform. We have to then try it on different places. We have to make sure our messaging is success, compare the ones that are working or not working, and move forward with our goals. Now, how can you make your videos better? All right. Well, I want you to know I have my own gift library, but so this is how you make them better. First, you're going to use first you want to make sure the first 3 seconds matter. Think about how long you spend in the thumb scroll. Okay, you got 3 seconds to catch someone's attention. And I don't want you saying stop in your video every single time. Give people a reason to watch. Don't pad it. Don't make it longer for whatever reason. If you're like, oh, I'm trying to make it longer for monetization or this, that, or the other, don't pad it. Just get to the point and keep it short. Edit it down. Now, you guys know I talk fast. You have established that in our time together today. I want you to know this. I talk faster in my YouTube videos because you don't hear me breathe. Right? That is how much I care about my audience's time. I remove the tendency of breathing. Because you can literally watch in my analytics. Oh, she breathed, there's a dip. She breathed, there's a dip. So I clearly removed it. All right? So you really have to think, how can I edit this down? How can I hold someone's attention for longer? All right? And if removing breathing is part of it, then I am happy to do it. So really think through, how can you get to the point and hold someone's attention? Okay? Stay on trend. Right? Being trendy is really important right now, especially in a world of vertical videos like TikTok and Reels and YouTube Shorts. You have to stay relevant. You have to go on. So if I was to pick today content I had to make, the trend I would do is the Kardashians. Remember where it's like one dressed up and then Kim was in the black and it's like all over? I would make something for that trend as soon as humanly possible. Right? So staying on trend keeps me relevant. And also timely. I loved earlier today when we had our Beyonce presentation with John. I loved how he had the last one was Facebook. If you saw it on Facebook first, it's probably dead. So don't do that one. If you're looking for trends, stick to Instagram and TikTok. Quality and quantity. We now live in a world where you cannot have one or the other. You have to make a lot of content. It has to be good. I'm not talking like, we're trying to win awards here or be the next, top trending YouTuber. I am talking, we gotta make sure we're making good stuff, people can see, people can hear, that's converting for you and accomplishing your goals. And you gotta make a lot of it, okay? You also need to be consistent. That's why planning is so important. Those schedules are so important. Right? You have to be consistent, and the schedule lets you do that. And then, of course, this is one a lot of people are on the fence with me about, but it's use the tool. How many of you guys use the third-party app to create stuff? I know people do. Come on, guys, wake up. We're almost to dinner, I promise. All right? If you use the tool itself to create content, it will almost always perform better. So if you're doing a reel for Instagram, make it in Instagram. Cut it together, use the text on it, and be done. Don't take it to some third party. You don't have to go use Adobe Premiere or Final Cut to create a reel. All right? Use the tool, it will perform better. Okay? Now, this is a lot. Right? I have 2 minutes and 12 seconds. We went over a lot of information, and sometimes it's not enough. Okay, so I have a 7-day thing that you can do is the 1 video challenge. Take 1 video, make 61 pieces of content. I encourage you to check it out. And of course, if you want to get the presentation, it's mrsdesireerose.com/digital summit. And of course, you can email me. I love talking to people. I'm that nerd. So have a couple minutes for questions. Who wants to ask me one? Yes. Okay, that's a very good. So his question is, when it comes to creating lots of content, what do you do if you have a boring product? Okay, what's your boring product? Oh my God, that is so not boring. Okay, here's the thing. You can educate people. You can be the expert of your industry. You can be the guy that's like, this is how you use my product everywhere. Here's other people using my product. Here's us having fun at work about our property. Here's just the culture of our company that makes this boring thing. And if you think you're boring, make fun of yourself. All right? Maybe you go on the quest. Who's more boring than me? That could be a great series on Reels. Finding other boring businesses. I spoke in Philadelphia a couple weeks ago, and I met the most niche people I'd ever met in my life. One team, a literal digital marketing team was there, and they're like, we sell this like doohickey widget that goes on machines. A team for doohickey widgets that go on machines. Like, if they can market a business and a product or brand, you guys can do it. I promise. There's a drywall. Remember, drywall. Okay, if drywall can do it, you can do it too. Any other questions? I was so good that like no one else wants to ask me a question? Or are you just overwhelmed by my charm? You don't have it there. Say it again. Oh, I use Tenor, T-E-N-O-R. It is the gifts of Google. So if you ever have like an Android phone, you have the Google keyboard. All the gift libraries are in Tenor. I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel you can check out. Also, there's Giphy. That one gives you metrics. That one's kind of nice. You can see how many times your gifts were used and downloaded and stuff. Yes, ma'am. So the question is, where do I have any recommendations on where to find music? Instagram. So if you go into Instagram Reels and you click the top left-hand side where there's like the music icon, it'll show you what's trending and what you can do and be used. Now, if you are a business, you will run into gray areas. Now, if you're worried about that, then you need to make your own, and that means you probably can't tap into musical trends, like with copyrighted music, but you can probably tap into trends that have you just like talking, or like clips from like a Friends episode or something. But you can have fantastic success with Reels by like talking, like you talking yourself, you educating about something yourself, you sharing something yourself, putting together a DIY or like how to do something on your own. That answer? Okay, cool. Any other ones? I'm gonna give you one more. One more, anybody? I am just that charming and knowledgeable. You guys are all now social video. Where is she at? Oh, there you are, yes. Okay, how do you if you feel overwhelmed, burnt out from creating content? I've been doing this for 12 years. It happens. I actually just went through this over the summer. And what I decided to do with my YouTube channel is like collaborate. So you will no longer just see my shining face on my YouTube channel. You will see other social media experts sharing their gifts and information. Because one, I don't know everything. I like to pretend I do. I don't. I'll tell my kids, okay? But it's just one of those things that like you need help. So I would encourage you to collaborate. Reach out to other team members. See what you can do. And if all else fails, reuse what you've already made. Just breathe new life into your content. I will be sticking around for a little bit if you guys want to talk some more. I appreciate all of your time. And I'm so grateful for letting me be on your stage. And thank you for welcoming me to Michigan. I appreciate it. Bye.
Desiree Martinez, everybody. All right, we have one more session left. Don't forget the stage 2 session has been changed. So check digitalsummit.com/Detroit so you know where you need to be next. And we'll see you on one of the stages soon. Thanks, everybody.